Hello, everyone. I'd like to pick up one topic from the media. Today's article is Japan Times, titled COVID-19 Outbreak Raises a Few Uncomfortable Questions about Japan's adult entertainment industry. According to the article, on the April 5th edition of the Fuji TV talk program, Wide on a Show, comedian Hitoshi Matsumoto, who is one of the most popular comedians in Japan, discussed proposed economic relief measures for people affected by the COVID-19 crisis. He mentioned workers employed in the so-called water trade, mizushobai, meaning bars, clubs, and other after-hours entertainment businesses, and said that these workers get paid well, and therefore he didn't want his taxes used to support them if they can't work due to the emergency. Of course, if you say something like this, it's natural to be flamed. I can't understand why he said this. I know hostess is a tough job. When I was young, I sometimes used to visit such kind of bars with my clients. Hostesses have to drink alcohol with their guests and work until midnight, so they could have health problems. Besides, they also have to serve customers who they dislike or get yelled by drunk customers. So you cannot do the job unless you are mentally strong. It seems some hostesses want to open a new store, study abroad, etc. Otherwise, I think it's very tough to work in such an environment. Furthermore, the article also says like this. Businesses classified as sekkyaku inshokugyo, drinking establishments with hostesses or hosts, or fuzukugyo, a catch-all term that usually includes sexual services, do not qualify for such compensation, mainly because these businesses are sometimes associated with organized crime. However, the COVID-19 crisis puts the matter into a new light. By definition, hostesses, hosts, and workers who provide sexual services do not practice social distancing on the job, and epidemics of the past were accelerated by such kind of people and the nature of their work. If a certain class of people is excluded from initiatives to prevent the spread of a disease, that class of people will cause the disease to spread to all classes, regardless of other measures in place. And if a worker in the water trade is a single parent, providing them with a compensation would go a long way to convincing them not to work, thus making it easier to close related clubs and services. So the government has included them in the subsidy scheme this time. I agree with government policy because the reasons for working in such industries are different from person to person. But first of all, that the single mother due to divorce or bereavement is excluded from compensation must be avoided. The same can be said for basic income, for example. The article also says, what's more, discrimination isn't limited to hostesses and sex service workers. Single mothers in general don't always qualify for work-related welfare due to the government's bias in favor of traditional families. According to a survey by support group Single Mothers Forum, 48.6% of single mothers expect their income to drop since schools closed, while 5.8% expect to have no income at all. I'm keenly aware that every one of us needs to make efforts so that the pandemic of COVID-19 will settle as soon as possible. And also the fact that these economic problems are occurring should be claimed more by the media. Is this situation especially remarkable in Japan, where women's social advancement is delayed? I would also like to know about the situation in other countries. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel covering economic and social news in Japan.